Full time, 4-0 Manchester City. It's just depressing. It's just depressing now. I don't get it. Looked at the lineups today. I thought, all right, back-to-back Man City games ain't the greatest. Obviously, we're away from home today, a lot more difficult than being at home. But I looked at the lineups. I said to myself, no Kevin De Bruyne, no Haaland, no Jack Grealish, who posed probably most of the threat when he came on the other night. Mahrez obviously was starting, but 3 out of the 4 weren't playing. And I just thought to myself, Kovacic, Jorginho, Mount, Gallagher, loads of midfielders up against Bernardo, Rodri, and Foden was kind of floating in the central areas. Cole Palmer pulling out a bit wide more time. But I thought, you know what? That midfield could probably get at City. Could probably keep the ball there going away from home. We need to keep the ball. And looking at our back four, first time appearance for Humphreys, young 19-year-old kid. Don't want to blame him too much because obviously Chelsea's a bit of a shambles at the moment. But looked a bit out of his depth. Hall is not a defender. Like, defensively poor. Where Man City got us today was out wide. Cole Palmer ripping to shreds Chalobah out on the right hand side. Chalobah was defensively awful. Humphreys couldn't really help him in behind. There was nothing there to help him with. Koulibaly seems like as if he only looks solid when Thiago Silva's beside him. And yeah, just on the right hand side, Alvarez and who was playing on the right hand side again? Riyad Mahrez. Just couldn't deal with them defensively out wide. And it's just the 2 goals we conceded in the first half out of the 3 came from just stupid individual errors, like just game management, professionalism, game management. Hall giving away that shit little tackle on the edge of the box. Mahrez with a fantastic goal, fantastic free kick. Can't really say much for Kepa in that first one. Clearly, obviously, the other night when we played him in the first game, looking back at it, Kepa should have stopped the first goal. I don't know why he hasn't tried to put his hands out, but can't really blame Kepa for the first goal. Just a bozo moment from Kai Havertz at the moment. He's one of them players that he's not playing. He doesn't play well when other players around him are not playing well. He's not got the ability of a world-class player to grab them by the scruff of the neck and say, you know what, I'm going to carry this team today. He just hasn't got it in him. Bozo moment from him, handball. Game's basically done. 2-0. Bam, it's done. Like, just all we had to do was just stay in the game. Like, they weren't creating multiple chances, clear-cut chances. But then when you look on the flip side of it, now let's look at our attack. Mount, Gallagher, Ziyech, Havertz. Non-existent. And I've been saying it for 3-4 years now. This is no shooters FC. We've got no outlet. There's no paceful outlet. Like, when we're breaking into positions, when we're building up play, at the minimal times today when we were getting into positions where Ziyech had a chance to slip in Mount and Havertz had a chance to be slipped in from Ziyech, and just multiple times. There's no ability to get in behind and run in behind better sides or even normal sides. This is why we're 10th. We're 10th. This is now, we were 1 win in 9 in the league. I don't even know how much it is. It must be one win, 2 wins in 13 or 14 from this geezer Potter. This is embarrassing. This is embarrassing. The team haven't got the players right now. We've got injuries and we haven't got the players. But at the same time, this is not what I would have seen from Tuchel. Tuchel would not have gone into this game 15 games into managerial career. I don't know how many games he's in now, Potter, but it's been enough. Like, the way he's set up today to go away from home. We're in the FA Cup. We've been knocked out of the Carabao Cup by City already. We've just lost in the league against City again. Now we're playing them again. We haven't won 1 out of the 3. Under Tuchel, he beat Man City when we were underdogs. Like, he's put up good performances against City. It's just at this stage of the season, the team set up today was just dreadful. Didn't defend well. Kovacic and Jorginho in the double pivot. That has to be addressed now, because they don't seem to play well together. They don't seem to keep the ball. They can't defensively do anything together. Let's be honest. Kova's not really that kind of defensive midfielder to break his back. And because obviously on the third goal for Foden, the cutback, Kova is a bit sloppy defensively coming back. But it's just, he's not that kind of guy. Maybe we have to come away from this 2 defensive midfield pivot and steer away from this now, because Jorginho doesn't look like he really cares anymore. Kova, I love Kova. But he needs someone beside him defensively that's going to put in that work. Zakaria came on, done all right again today. Like, Zakaria has been impressing me a bit more and more ever since he's been here, because at first I thought he was crap. A lot of the consensus from most of the people from online is that, like, Zakaria wasn't that good. There's a lot of people that didn't like him. A couple of people liked him, do you know what I mean? But I weren't a fan either. But he's impressed me. Amari Hutchinson come on. Amari Hutchinson's one of them players. Like, I thought we had someone that was capable of being a lightning player, but sometimes you can't be fazed by the academy teams, the academy players. Because when they're playing against the academy level and the age level, it looks like they're quicker than the rest. But when he's getting on the ball, he don't look like as if he's capable of beating people either. He gives me slight tendencies of Pulisic, the very close control dribbling, a bit more quicker than Pulisic, I'd say, on the dribble, but it's similar to that, but he doesn't have that burst of pace. It's just become depressing now. Like, I don't want to rant and rave and shout and say Potter's shit and this guy's shit and whatever, but we've got no options up front. We need to make signings. The Fofana signing up front, it doesn't make sense. We're going to loan him out. We need a striker. We need pacey wingers. We need a lot. We need a few players. Like, we need a cover right back for Reece James. We don't have no one good enough. Azpi ain't good enough and Chalobah ain't good enough. We need 2 wingers. We need a centre forward. We need the front. Like, the expected goals today, they said, was 0.1. 0.1. That's appalling. And then you got people that are hitting up certain players that are like good players. Like Ziyech today in the cam was all right. Like, he can get on nice touches, can see nice balls, can slip in nice balls into the in behind, but we just don't have nothing pace-wise up front. Like, Mason Mount, people criticise it. Even now I'm seeing Mason Mount getting criticised all over the internet. How can you criticise someone like Mason Mount? Like, he's a clear and obvious quality player. There's obviously bigger issues. We got bigger issues. We got Aubameyang. Aubameyang's dreadful. Didn't even make the squad today. Dreadful signing. All these problems that are coming from up top. Todd Bowley didn't know what he came into, doesn't know what he's walking into. The appointment of the people that are supposed to be in charge of transfers now, all this stuff about he's going to get the right people. He had an interview how many months ago when he just took over the club and said, I don't know about football so much, but I'm going to make sure the people in place I'm going to make sure I appoint the people in place that are the right people. I still have yet to see good signings or proper made signings. Just been shut down from the Enzo Fernandez deal because of the type of payment plan we're trying to put in place for Enzo Fernandez bid. Like, just go out. If you've got all this money and you were flashing around, going and having dinners left, right and centre in the summer, just go and spend the money, man. No Klarna payments, no installments. I don't want to see none of that. Just go out and buy these players now. Buy the players we need to buy to enhance our first team starting 11. We've got so many injuries right now. Got no Kante, got no Reece James. Thiago Silva is retiring soon. We cannot be reliant on Thiago Silva for the long run. Massive changes need to happen, but at the same time, we still have the capabilities of beating mid-table teams and bottom half teams. We have yet to beat a top 10 side this season in the league. We've lost the FA Cup today. We're out of the FA Cup. We're out of the Carabao Cup. Champions League it is. That's all we're left in. Champions League. I've got nothing much more to say. I'm just deeply depressed right now on the way that we're playing football at the moment. And I don't think Potter's the right man for the job. I don't think he's got a way of playing with this squad at the moment. He hasn't shown me anything with managing this team that he's got at the moment. Like people, and then people will say to you, oh, that he's inherited the team. Like this is what managers are for. Managers don't get to come into clubs all of a sudden and just say, all right, I'm gonna make all my 11 signings, all my players. I want all my type of players. What are we gonna do? Buy the Brighton whole squad, right? Deal with the players that you have here. It's good enough to beat and win certain games. We should not be 10th. We are the 3rd best team in West London right now. We're not even the best team. We call ourselves the best team in London. We're not even the 3rd. We're the 3rd best team in West London. It's just not good enough. Like I need to see improvements. That's it. Potter out.